Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? Please have your tickets in hand before you board the plane. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Johan Castell and you're watching Wings. On the show today, we show how Leh in India's north received the sacred Piprawa relics of Lord Buddha for the first time. We also look at one of Asia's largest rose gardens in Ooty. And festivals worldwide. Let's start. Our top story for this week is from Leh, as Ladakh witnesses a spiritual moment like never before. For the first time, the sacred Piprawa relics of Lord Buddha have arrived in the region, turning the land of high passes into a global center of peace and devotion. Take a look. High up in the Himalayas, amidst snow-capped mountains and prayer flags, a new chapter of history unfolds in Ladakh. For the first time ever, the sacred Piprawa relics of Lord Buddha, believed to date back to the 5th century BCE, have been brought out for a public exhibition outside their original place of preservation in India. The Sacred Holy Relics exposition of Tathagata Buddha has transformed Ladakh into a sea of devotion. The relics were brought to Ladakh in an Indian Air Force aircraft and were received with special prayers and traditional ceremonies. The public exhibition is being held at Leh's Jivetsal, with special viewings also planned in Sanskar. The exhibition will continue till May 15th.
This relic will not only just blessing, but it will also give a great message of peace, compassion, and prosperity for the world, and of course, especially for Ladakh. And for the future, for the better future of Ladakh.
Thousands of devotees and tourists have been visiting the exhibition. The event, themed Peace Beyond Borders, aims to project Ladakh as a global destination for peace, reflection and spiritual awakening.
भगवान बुद्ध के पवित्र अवशेष यानी होली relics के दर्शन किए.
Seeing the sacred relics of Lord Buddha feels as if one has been blessed with the divine presence of the Lord himself. This exhibition brings together religious leaders, monks, historians, scholars, pilgrims, tourists, and the general public on a single platform.
आम लोगों को एक साथ मंच पर लाने का काम कर रही है.
India's Home Minister Amit Shah inaugurated the exposition on the 1st of May. He highlighted the deep spiritual significance of Ladakh in Buddhism while paying obeisance to the sacred relics of Lord Buddha on the occasion of Buddha Purnima.
बुद्ध पूर्णिमा के दिन जब ये अवशेष आए हैं, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है.
With these relics arriving on the auspicious day of Buddha Purnima, I am confident that all followers of Lord Buddha, and indeed of all faiths, in Kargil, Ladakh, will draw immense energy, experience, and a truly divine realization from these sacred relics.
ऊर्जा भी प्राप्त करेंगे और एक दिव्य अनुभूति का एहसास भी करेंगे.
Union ministers, chief ministers, diplomats, and Buddhist organizations from India and abroad have also been invited to the exposition. The display of the sacred Piprawa relics is being seen as a major spiritual and cultural event for Ladakh. For many devotees, this is a rare opportunity to see relics linked to Lord Buddha up close. Coming up next, we take you to Ooty in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu. Here, more than 4,000 varieties of roses bloom at the government rose garden.
Nestled on the slopes of Elk Hill in the heart of Ooty, the celebrated government rose garden is a riot of color spread across beautifully landscaped terraces. Created to mark the centenary of Ooty's famous flower show, the garden stretches across 4 hectares in 5 cascading levels, complete with rose tunnels, pergolas, and flower-covered bowers.
We with family visited here. It's really beautiful. That too, Ooty is really good. Even in summer, we are seeing the winter and also rainy. That's wonderful. And this garden is having quite wonderful collection of all the flowers. So overall, it's really good.
Today we visited this garden. It's really beautiful, but huge crowd. And varieties of flowers are there. And slightly it's raining. Very nice weather. We are enjoying.
Today, it is home to one of India's largest collections of roses, featuring 4,300 varieties, from hybrid tea roses and floribundas to miniature roses and rare blooms in striking shades like green and near black. The flowers have been sourced from across the country and beyond, turning the garden into a paradise for plant lovers and photographers alike.
So I've come back to Ooty after almost 25 years. So it's a beautiful rose garden, almost 4,000 odd varieties of roses, multiple terraces to see, nice cool breezes there. So at least on a hot day, it's really nice. So yeah, loved spending some time here.
One of the best viewpoints is the Nila Maadam, offering sweeping views across the terrace landscape. Maintained by the Tamil Nadu Horticulture Department, the garden earned international recognition in 2006 when it received the Award of Excellence from the International Rose Society as the best rose garden in South Asia.
Thousands descended on Ibadan, Nigeria on May 2nd for the grand finale of the 2026 World Egungun Festival, one of West Africa's most spectacular celebrations of Yoruba cultural heritage.
The Obafemi Awolowo Stadium in Ibadan, the state capital of Oyo, was a blend of culture and theatrical performances for the annual Egungun Festival, one of West Africa's most spectacular celebrations of Yoruba cultural heritage. Masquerade performers exhibited stunts with fire and danced to pounding drums as festival goers in vibrant outfits captured every moment. Cultural groups presented elaborate dance routines, while dignitaries including international diplomats watched from a VIP enclosure. Now in its third year, the World Egungun Festival has grown into a major international event.
The UK and Nigeria is huge. Nigerians make up possibly our largest, or at least our top 5 largest diaspora in the UK. And I know that there's so many links, and Nigerians in the UK bring so much spice and flavour to our culture that we are really proud. And I'm really glad that they are in the UK, and I'm really happy that I'm able to kind of see the Yoruba Festival myself.
About 18,000 people attended the grand finale at the stadium, with masquerades representing communities from across Oyo State, neighbouring Nigerian states, and even the Republic of Benin. Participants from roughly 10 countries took part. Masquerades are believed to embody the spirits of the departed, connecting the living with their ancestors through elaborate costumes, drumming and dance. The festival also drew visitors from Brazil, where the Egungun tradition has deep roots among Afro-Brazilian communities, tracing their ancestry to the Yorubaland region.
I invite everyone to come to the Egungun Festival. It is truly very beautiful, and we should experience a festival of this magnitude at least once in our lifetime. It is one of the biggest in Nigeria. It is definitely worth attending.
Oyo State Governor Sei Makinde reiterated his pledge to continue to support culture and tourism as a means of enhancing its economic value chain in the state. He stressed that the Egungun Festival is one of the cultural heritage that has been underrated due to the beliefs of some people that it is all about spirituality and violence.
Bangkok's street food is more than just a quick meal. It is part of the city's identity. From sizzling walks in Chinatown to smoky roadside grills, these bustling food stalls have long defined the Thai capital's charm. But now, tighter regulations and efforts to clear sidewalks are threatening the livelihoods of vendors and raising questions about the future of one of the world's most famous street food cultures. Across Bangkok, the aromas of garlic, chili, grilled meat, and fried noodles drift through the streets. From busy boulevards to narrow alleys, roadside stalls and mobile carts transform the city into one giant open-air kitchen. For locals and tourists alike, Bangkok's street food is not just convenient, it is part of the city's soul. Street food here is an experience. Plastic stools on crowded sidewalks, walks sizzling late into the night, fresh seafood grilled just meters away from passing traffic. And in areas like Bangkok's Chinatown, food is often the reason travelers come in the first place. But this famous food culture is now facing an uncertain future. In recent years, Bangkok authorities have intensified efforts to clear sidewalks, reduce congestion and relocate vendors away from busy pedestrian areas. Since 2022, the number of mobile vendors across the city has reportedly fallen by more than 60%. Thousands have disappeared from the streets. For many vendors, the crackdown is deeply personal. Some fear fines, others fear losing the only livelihood they have ever known. One street vendor in Chinatown says she continues to sell despite the risk because the steady stream of customers is worth it.
Clearing the streets is impossible. The street vendors wouldn't agree to it because they're trying to make a living. It may work if administration arranges the area. It's impossible to completely ban them from selling. How will they make a living?
Another durian seller who has worked the streets for more than 2 decades says he has no backup plan if forced to move.
I'm worried. Usually you'd be worried if you didn't have a place to sell your goods. It would be difficult to live here. Bangkok expenses are high. You need money for everything.
City officials say the goal is not to erase street food, but to organize it. Bangkok has opened new hawker centers inspired by the Singapore model, where vendors are grouped together in designated areas with proper electricity, water access, and seating.
We're categorizing areas as unique areas, which are places or streets that will attract tourists, such as Khao San Road and Chinatown. And in the future, we'll propose other locations as well.
Some sellers say conditions are better, but others worry that moving away from familiar sidewalks means losing visibility, atmosphere, and customers. And for travelers, the question goes beyond food, because Bangkok's street vendors are not just businesses, they are part of the city's rhythm. The crowded pavements, smoky grills, and spontaneous late-night meals are woven into the experience of visiting the Thai capital. Without them, Bangkok risks feeling a little less like Bangkok. Cities evolve, rules change, sidewalks become cleaner and more organized. But in the process, something else can disappear too. Because sometimes the soul of a destination is not found inside luxury malls or modern towers, but on a crowded street corner beside a smoking wok under the neon lights of the city. In England, an unusual competition is once again drawing crowds and curious participants. Armed with music, vibrations, and even magic spells, contestants are competing to lure worms out of the ground. Let's take a look.
In the village of Blackawton in southern England, participants assembled for the annual International Festival of Worm Charming, a tradition dating back to 1984. The competition requires teams to lure as many worms as possible to the surface of the ground within just 20 minutes, using only sustainable and worm-friendly methods. Each team is assigned a small patch of ground where the participants use different techniques like stomping, vibrations, homemade instruments, and chants.
To win, you have to get as many worms out of the ground in the space of 20 minutes as you can. Now, every contestant team has 1 square yard of ground in the secret field, and they can use any method that they choose, any sustainable method that they choose, which is kind to the worms, to encourage those worms to get out of the ground.
We've absolutely got it! There we go.
Participants use a variety of sound-based techniques to send vibrations through the soil, encouraging worms to emerge naturally.
There's a number of techniques you can use. Mainly it's sound, transmitting through the ground in order to bring the worms up. That could be a tea chest with oboe type of strings, or indeed, like we've got today, people with flippers on.
Some participants even rely on folklore and magic spells to charm the worms out of hiding.
I know a spell. The earthworm, in Latin, lubricus terrestris. So, we draw the worms from the ground with the spell lubricus, lubricus, lubricus terrestris.
Even the competition is playful. Organizers take the rules seriously, even appointing an official judge and, amusingly, an official cheat.
I'm here to see that there's no cheating going on and ensure fair play. And of course the official cheat is my nemesis, who's there to ensure cheating takes place, because actually it's the only way you win.
How do you think you win the competition? You must cheat. It's the only way. But you must be careful, because there is a judge in the village, and the judge catches you cheating. That's the end.
Despite the chaos of the competition, organizers insist the worms are treated with care throughout the competition.
They get counted and come back. We put them safely in the trench with grass cuttings, and then we put the trench back down so that they're not held out in the light and they're not stamped on or anything like that. So it's all safe.
Blending fun and tradition with a touch of absurdity, the International Festival of Worm Charming continues to turn this quiet English village into the stage for one of the world's most unique competitions, where even worms become stars of the show.
In Italy's historic alpine town of Brixen, the 2026 edition of the Brixen Water Light Festival has transformed streets, squares, and riversides into glowing displays of art and peace. The festival will continue until May 16, ahead of the United Nations International Day of Light. Let's take a look.
The streets of the historic Italian alpine town of Brixen have been lit up with lights and messages of peace for the 2026 edition of the Brixen Water Light Festival. Projections and installations were set up in the squares around the town's monuments to convey the theme of this year's festival, Imagine Peace, with a particular focus on the ongoing war in Ukraine.
I'm here from the U.S., first time in the area. This is where my descendants are from. I'm Tyrolean. I'm excited to see this. This was something I saw earlier, but it was blank, so I didn't know what it was all about. But we got to write on it, and I was able to commemorate my son who passed away in 2008, so I put something up in his memory. So I think that's pretty cool. We could leave something behind, and other people can enjoy it. So we're glad we came at this time of year. Perfect time.
24 immersive light art installations by artists from 13 countries were displayed across squares, buildings and along the Isaac and Rains rivers that run through the town, allowing visitors to explore Brixen in a new light.
This year's edition on the Waterlight Festival, we put it under the main theme, the peace. And we believe, and the artists believe, that peace starts by ourselves. It starts in the society, and it starts with a peaceful thinking, a peaceful being, and a peaceful waking up in the morning. That is what peace should be. A very personal thing, but it's also a thing for the whole society. And our artists during the Waterlight Festival are working and expressing themselves about the topic of peace.
As the United Nations International Day of Light approaches, the Brixen Waterlight Festival will run until May 16th.
That's all we have for you on the show this week, but we'll bring you more next weekend. Until then, it's me, Johan Castell, signing off as we leave you with visuals from the Miao Sisters Festival, celebrated in China's Guizhou. Goodbye.